Today, we are going to report about institutional framework for rural development, and these are the names of Group 3. First is Tomopas Jerakim D. Cabrera Arel. Barsibal Harty. Gapoy Lorena. And Velasco Isel. We are taking up Master of Arts in Education, major in Educational Management. Let's go!
Life in the province. Let's take a look. Where do you usually see these places? What are these? What is rural? It is a characteristic of the countryside rather than the town. It is remote rural area. The elaborated concept of rural. In general, rural means a geographic area that is located outside towns and cities, according to Prtp in 2010. It is also an areas on small scale and poorly developed, and these areas are remote from major cities. A rural area is an open swath of land that has few homes or other buildings, and not very many people. A rural area population density is very low. The definition of a rural is a person who lives in the country. An example of it is a farmer. It also means relating to farming or country life, and its example is a land of farms. What is development? According to Pearson in 1992, development involves an improvement qualitative, quantitative, or both in the use of available resources. It is also the gradual growth of something so that it becomes more advanced, stronger, and etc. Rural development is the process of improving the quality of life and economic well-being of people living in rural areas, often relatively isolated and sparsely populated areas. It has traditionally centered on the exploitation of land-intensive natural resources such as agriculture and forestry.
Today, we're going to talk about government agencies in rural development. Let's start with what is rural development. So basically, In the early 1980s, the World Bank first came out with a definition of rural development as a strategy designed to improve the economic and social life of a specific group of people, the rural poor. So it means that World Bank the definition of this, and based on the definition that they gave, they are talking about the love, the humanity that they have for people who are living in rural areas. They want to have an economic and social life stability. Okay. Next one is, this definition becomes particularly relevant in the effort of the Arroyo administration to closely link the increase in agricultural productivity and employment and the access to public goods and services to the alleviation of poverty. So during the Arroyo administration, they focus on increasing the agricultural productivity or having those vast agriculture sector. It means that having a vast productivity of agriculture means having also people to be employed. So that is rural development. So they are trying to help the rural areas to be developed in a way that they can give something. So you can watch a video or already watched this one, but you can search on the YouTube, the PRDP. Just search PRDP or Philippine Rural Development Project. Okay, this one. Philippine Rural Development Project or PRDP. Okay, so now we will talk about what is the Philippine Rural Development Project, or known for its abbreviation PRDP. It is a 6-year program from year 2013 to 2018, designed to establish the government platform for a modern, climate smart, and market oriented agri-fishery sector. So modern, this is very basic. We always hear this nowadays. It's happening nowadays. So for example, the advancement of technology, the influx of modernization. So basically it talks about the integration or the involvement of any technology to agriculture, so that the productivity will become even more vast. And climate smart. So say for instance, I want to plant carrots for this month because carrots is suitable for this month. It is rainy. Or so if you think that carrots will be suitable for this month, then go for it until such time that it will be harvested. So that is the concept behind. You have to study the climate. Don't just plant anything without having a thinking on how it will go along the months. Okay, and market-oriented agri-fishery sector. So if there is already modernization and you are climate smart enough, and there will be market-oriented agri-fishery sector, and it's really nice to blend all of these. Okay, it focuses on expanding market access and improving competitiveness while introducing reforms in the internal operations of the Department of Agriculture. Basically, it just talks about expanding market access and improving competitiveness, to inculcate to the people in rural areas that being competitive is not really bad if you will just see it in a good way and work for it. If you are being competitive, you will see yourself that you are even more motivated, that you are even more be engaged in anything that is happening, especially for them that they have to cope with a lot of things for them to integrate it to their plants or whatever product that they have in their area. It contributes to inclusive growth by unleashing the economic potential of rural producers. How? By investing in targeted, climate resilient agri-fishery infrastructure, and by upgrading value to agri-based enterprises identified in ground-validated provincial commodity investment plans linked to national commodity roadmap. The Philippine Rural Development Project, or PRDP, as what I have said a while ago, it is a 6-year national project under the Department of Agriculture, or DA, that aims to establish a modern, value chain oriented, and climate resilient agriculture and fisheries sector. Okay, and in partnership with local government units and the private sector, the project shall provide key infrastructure, facilities, technology, and information to raise incomes, productivity, and competitiveness in targeted areas. So let's explain it even more, expound. Okay, first one. Philippine Rural Development Project is a big project. It is not just a small project. It covers a vast things. So for example, we want it to be even more reachable. What they did is that they get a partnership from local government units, from LGUs in each provinces, in each, okay, like that one, in each places. So meaning LGUs are really needed. Under the LGUs, the people are being oriented as to what is happening to their places. So they are a big help and they can do a lot of things. And then private sector. So in this project, what they are trying to build is that unity, unity in diversity, meaning they are always seeking for unity. If there is a unity, I believe if there is a unity, so this project would 100% reachable, or it will become 100% reachable. So what they have to provide, the key infrastructure, of course, it is very important. The facilities, technology, and information to raise incomes, productivity, and competitiveness in targeted areas. So the project is jointly funded by the World Bank, the national government, and the participating LGUs. So they have these objectives, the program's development objectives. First, at least 5% increase in annual real household incomes of farmer beneficiaries. What are you thinking when you say household? So meaning in a particular one family, so there should be an increase of at least a 5%. And then 7% increase in value of annual marketed output. So it is outside the family setup. So it is now talking about market. And of course, 20% increase in number of farmers and fishers with improved access to DA services. So meaning they are targeting the 20% increase in number of farmers and fishers that will benefit of anything that DA provide or being served to them. Program components. If they have objectives, they also have program components. Investments in agriculture, fisheries, modernization, program planning at the local and national levels, or I plan. Okay, when you are doing a project, what is the first thing that you have to do? Of course, gathering information, having a plan. Okay, without plan, you can't do a project because plan is really, really, really important. Because what you are going to plan is the things that you have to follow, or your basis, your guide. Okay, in case of I plan, in this plan, you have to have at least plan A, plan B, plan C, with different resources, with different things needed, like that one. So I think they did it already in investment. So they did a lot of plans so that they will come up with their purpose or with their objectives. So they have to meet their objectives through those all plans. But of course, the plan A should be the first. Plan B is just a backup. Plan C is also a backup. Okay. Second one is intensified building up of infrastructure and logistics for development, or I-build. Okay, so meaning in I-plan, they plan everything. In I-build, they have to provide the infrastructure, like anything that is being needed for this project, okay? And investments in rural enterprises and agriculture and fisheries, or IREP. And okay, in this particular part, the IREP, there is a lot of things they taught to the farmers. It means that they are teaching the farmers to be even more productive. So the climate smart maybe will be here, meaning they are going to study what is the specific product to be planted this month, and then this month and this month and the following months, so that they have this I reap good harvest, good products, and everything will be in good price when it will be delivered to the market. Okay, and the next one is implementation support to PRDP I support. So everything there is what we call the vulnerability. So meaning they have a lapses and there are a lot of things that they have to fix, and there is what we call suitability. So through these things, they are going to have I support free seminars, trainings to all farmers, fishers, and everything that is being involved in the agriculture sector. Why? Because they really need it that much. So like us teachers, so we are teaching our students, and then we are evaluating ourselves, or someone would evaluate us in order for us to know when to where to improve, and what to keep, what are the things that we have to continue. So it's like they are supporting the farmers to be even more productive, to be even more good thinker, to be even more good in handling the farms. Okay, next, how much budget is allocated for the PRDP? So this is really, as what I have said a while ago, PRDP is very interesting project. So basically, they need a lot of money. They needed a lot of money, and here it goes. The total project cost is 27.48 billion, composed of financing from World Bank loan of 20.50 billion, Global Environment Facility or GEF grant of 287 million, national government's counterpart of 3.579 billion, LGU's equity of 3.118. Okay, so basically, those are the support of PRDP in having the project. So PRDP is designed to complement the programs of other national agencies notably. So as what I have said, they needed a lot of agencies for them to reach the things that they want to reach. Okay, let's start. First one is DAR. By seeking the participation of agrarian reform communities in identified priority commodity value chains, and by ensuring complementation in the bridge program using the DA's geotagging tool that maps various rural infrastructure facilities. So how can ADAR help this project? There is over there, if you notice, there is over there geotagging. So geotagging, do you remember when you were still studying college, you are documenting everything that you are doing for observation, because you have this portfolio, or for your supervisor to see. There was an evidence that you did your job. Okay, so geotagging is also like that. From time to time, they are going to have this geotagging, meaning they have to let the people see what is going on. So it means that there is a website for this, so that the people they already finished 20% of the project. Oh, they already finished 40% of the project. Oh, they did not finish yet the 10%. It's just like that. So at the same time, they are evaluating if you are working. So there is no such a thing as in Tagalog daya-daya here. So everything is visible, everything is transparent, and that everyone can see the progress of the specific project. Second one is by tapping its technical assistance and by complementing its national road network. Department of Public Works and Highways, they had a very good function when it comes to this, because from rural areas, basically most of the time rural areas have this very rocky road, right? And the road is not really easy to transfer the product from that place to the market. So basically, they have to tap the DPWH to at least have this good road, because having a good road also having a good transportation of a product to a certain market. That's it. And next one is TSWD. By providing agri-fishery enterprise opportunities for farm families and landless rural poor graduating from the conditional cash transfer program. Okay, the SWD, or Department of Social Welfare and Development, it will be even more productive because all the farmers can be provided for the things that they need, or the farm, or any thing that they need to survive. Yeah. And DTI, by tying up with its OTOP, a one town, one product program in the localities, and by accessing its enterprise training packages and value chain studies. So DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, they have this OTOP, or one town, one product. It's really a good way of promoting the product from that specific area. So meaning they will be known because of that product. They will be recognized because of their products, and it's just amazing to help the community, the rural community, to even more build confidence within themselves, and even more realize that the world is not just for those people who are having a good life, but also to them who are trying to surpass everyday's trials in life.
NGOs in Philippine rural development. First, we have Asian NGO Coalition for Agrarian Reform and Rural Development. Asian NGO Coalition for Agrarian Reform and Rural Development is a regional NGO association of 21 national and regional NGO networks from 11 Asian countries. It is actively engaged in food security, agrarian reform, sustainable agriculture, and rural development activities. Its member networks have an effective reach of 3,000 NGOs throughout Asia. Asian NGO Coalition's strategy to achieve this goal is three-pronged: capacity building, policy advocacy, strategic networking. We also have PRRM, or Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement. Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement, or PRRM, focuses on the stakeholder engagement, poverty reduction, land restoration, land use, management practices, and biodiversity. The Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement was founded in 1952. PRRM envisions a world of equity and sustainability. The future is one where society is free of ignorance, poverty, disease, and powerlessness, and development takes place within the environment's carrying capacity. We also have PBSP, or Philippine Business for Social Progress. Philippine Business for Social Progress, or PBSP, is the largest business-led NGO and operates at the nexus of corporate citizenship, sustainable development, and poverty reduction. Purpose: we are united to end poverty. Established in 1970, PBSP remains to be the consultant and partner of choice of companies and donors. Vision: to lead the business sector's efforts to reduce poverty in the Philippines. Mission: PBSP is committed to poverty reduction by promoting business sector leadership in and commitment to programs that lead to self-reliance. NGO Forum on ADB. NGO Forum on ADB aims to decrease poverty incidence in targeted areas through increased and diversified income generating opportunities for the poor so that they can benefit from the improved infrastructure facilities. Two regional network NGOs were involved in this project: the Mindanao Coalition of Development NGO Networks and the Philippine Partnership for the Development of Human Resources in Rural Areas, Visayas. It aims to support local civil society organizations in designing proposals for sustainable livelihood activities. Dr. Serrano, a social political analyst in 1999, quoted, "Every regime promised to reduce poverty. The last two even declared total war against it. Not one made good on its promise in a real way. Poverty seems much easier to create and reproduce than real prosperity. Indeed, poverty has become the most durable feature of Philippine reality." Two aspects of rural development. Number one, social development. It is about improving the well-being of every individual in society. Helps them reach their full potential. The success of society is linked to the well-being of each and every citizen, means investing in people. It requires the removal of barriers so that all citizens can journey toward their dreams with confidence and dignity. It is about refusing to accept that people who live in poverty will always be poor. It is about helping people so they can move forward on their path to self-sufficiency. Next, economic development. It can be defined as those activities that lead to more productive use of resources and provide more opportunities for producers and consumers. Development is change that is primarily oriented towards a particular purpose. The increase in human welfare is the end product of economic development.
Issues and problems facing by the rural development of the Philippines. The occurrence of these issues and problems not only impose detrimental effects upon the living conditions of individuals, but also impose barriers within the course of the rural area's progression. And these are the main problems and issues that we were able to collate. The first one is low income and employment. This emerges in several aspects, such as the problems with the labor force, low labor productivity, and lower prices of agricultural products. Also, surplus of labor force due to fewer jobs are opened. Most new jobs are for unskilled workers, so the wages and nature of the work are very unattractive. Workers with higher qualifications migrates to the other cities to have higher salary. The next one is the depopulation of the rural areas and strong aging. In rural areas, there is a low labor productivity which may be increased by introducing more modern technology, upgrading skills of the workers, and providing better working conditions. Lower productivity could also be related to the age of the people. As we all know, in rural areas, most of the people living there are in their retirement age. So, this problem can be solved by creating more employment opportunities and extra income for the people of these regions. Problems of the labor force are the most serious and difficult to solve because they affect people with their skills, initiative, and opportunity. So the government of the Philippines were able to create a project called Ambisyon Natin 2040. This is a project that represents the collective long-term vision and aspirations of the Filipino people for themselves and for the country in the next 25 years. It is like a destination that answers the questions, where do we want to be? More than 300 citizens participated in focus group discussions and close to 10,000 answered the national survey. The life of the Filipinos in 2040 are Filipinos are strongly rooted matatag, which means that Filipino families live together. There is a work-life balance so that there is time to spend with their family even for members who are working. Second is the Filipinos are comfortable, maginhawa. No one is poor, no one is ever hungry. Filipino families live in comfortable homes with the desired amenities and secure tenure. Third one is the Filipinos are secure, panatag. Filipinos feel secure over their entire lifetime. They expect to live long and enjoy a comfortable life upon retirement. Again, ambition can be partially achieved by having competitive enterprises that offer quality goods and services at affordable prices. The priority sectors that have direct impact on ambition are housing and urban development, manufacturing, connectivity, education services, tourism and allied services, agriculture, health and wellness service, financial services. These are the sectors that would greatly help to achieve ambition. Again, Ambisyon Natin 2040, a long-term vision for the Philippines.